From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, INEC breaks its silence on the inconclusive Anambra election, announces Saturday, November the 30th as the date for supplementary poll. 3 principal candidates threaten to boycott the November 30th election. President Goodluck Jonathan recovers from illness, attends investment conference in London. And UK diplomats evicted from a meeting in Kenya for allegedly violating protocol.
On business news tonight, the Central Bank of Nigeria releases fresh figures for non-oil sector, shows earnings is on the rise.
And on sports news tonight, CS faction seeks to give Tunisians something to cheer about as they lock horns with Congo's TP Mazembe in the CAF Confederations Cup final.
I'm Linda Kibe from Abuja. Nigerian Islamic Studies lecturer accused of being a Boko Haram leader calls his arrest a setup. We begin with what seems to be a definite pronouncement by INEC on the Anambra governorship elections. In a strongly worded briefing today, the INEC chairman, Professor Atahiru Jega, not only confirmed that there would be a supplementary election, but also set November the 30th as the date for the polls. He regretted the hitches experienced on the day, but defended the logistics and arrangements made by INEC for the polls. Our political correspondent Sheung Okimbaloye reports.
It was a deadlock the people of Anambra State and Nigerians at large have breathlessly waited to see just how it will be broken.
1,069.
5 days on, INEC broke the silence. Professor Jega and his team, amid several reactions on the November 16 polls, decided to speak up. But first, regrets of the shortcomings of the polls despite the Commission's huge preparation for the process.
We regret that in spite of our intention, the Anambra election did not turn out to be the best election that the Commission has conducted so far. We regret the challenges that we faced in the conduct of this election, and we've come to the conclusion that in spite of minor challenges, unfortunate challenges in the field, there is no substantial evidence to support outright cancellation of the process. We believe that although the Anambra election was not the best election as we had hoped, there was substantial compliance with the Electoral Act 2010 as amended in the conduct of the election, and that a substantial majority of the complaints that have been laid cannot be substantiated. Therefore, we have decided that the supplementary election will hold in Anambra State on November 30th, 2013.
The call for cancellation of the polls has been so loud in the past days. Will INEC yield to this pressure?
We've examined all the accusations and the allegations that have been made, and we've come to the conclusion that in spite of minor challenges, unfortunate challenges in the field, there is no substantial evidence to support outright cancellation of the process.
There was an issue raised by one.
When it was time to answer questions from journalists, Professor Jega denies hiding the identity of Mr. Chukwu Jakuro Keke, who is said to be in the police net after allegations of compromise of the polls in a Demili North local government. It seems several others too may be in trouble.
And they did not come to Oka where we were doing screening and accrediting all observer groups. Instead, they went and they camped in Owerri. So how can they claim that they are accredited observers, when we did not do any accreditation in Owerri? We did our accreditation in Oka. So as I speak with you, yesterday, these 183, and some of the newspapers have already carried it, have already been arraigned before a magistrate court for prosecution.
It appears INEC has realized that the race to a successful poll, especially in the case of Anambra, does not only lies in its massive preparations. Nigerians will now be waiting to see just how well the commission is capable to pick itself up ahead of future elections. Shehu Okimbale reporting for Channels Television News.
But in a swift reaction, the principal candidates in that election, Ifeanyi Ubah of the Labour Party, Dr. Chris Ngige of the All Progressive Congress, and the PDP candidate Tony Nwoye, condemned the INEC chairman's pronouncement and insist that they will not participate as they are set to boycott the elections. They told our correspondent Larry Lasisi that they've provided sufficient evidence to convince INEC that the entire exercise was a sham.
It is time for Jega to clean up INEC and tell his commission to bring all these files before, because from what they have been portrayed, it is just a clear case that they have been trying to hide atrocities of Mr. Willie Obiano and Peter Obi. As far as we are concerned, we have rejected the election fixed, the supplementary election fixed for 30th November, and we are not part of it. We advise the Independent National Electoral Commission to save the resources for that election, but they can go ahead and announce the other candidate winner of the election. We will be more comfortable with that.
I did a dactyl capturing. I registered electronically on January 2011. Card was given to me. My name is in the register, in electronic register. The issue of saying addendum, manual, or whatever any nomenclature is making creation of the commission. I registered electronically. My family registered electronically. Not only Tony Nwoye, over 4 and something persons from my own polling booth alone were the franchise, not only Tony Nwoye.
Well, while these candidates threaten to boycott the process, a former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezefe, is one of those disturbed about suggestions that the entire process should be cancelled. According to him, it would amount to a waste of time and resources to cancel an election that was properly conducted, even though there were a few hitches. Dr. Ezefe said it would be unfair to the voters to cancel the entire exercise simply because some politicians who lost out are calling for it.
I took my car and we drove around the whole place, entering various polling booths, seeing people sharing money. And in the night, the diaspora people came late in the night, and I asked them. They complain about the things I complain about, the money being shared. You don't cancel an election because a person who did not succeed wants you to cancel it. It will be stupid, monumental waste. And the result may not change, even if you cancel it 10 times.
Now, away from the Anambra supplementary poll, the President, Goodluck Jonathan, bounced back today as he made an appearance at the International Investors Council meeting. President Jonathan was to have made the presentation yesterday, but he couldn't, owing to ill health. Today, he walked into the venue of the summit and went straight into a closed-door session.
This 15th meeting builds on the last conversation we had in Abuja and begins to address the fundamental issues constraining competitiveness and investment in Nigeria. Competitiveness ultimately drives profitability, which is what investors are seeking worldwide. To be competitive, we must address long-standing issues and introduce bold and courageous reforms regardless of short-term political pressures that will surely will there.